Okay, so yeah, good morning class. Good morning to everyone. Sorry for baka may mga nagising sa inyo ng maaga just to attend the class. Okay, so now from our last lecture, okay, we already discussed what print production no, is all about, as well as the brief history of print production. Okay, so in which we learned that before the print production existed in our industry, and before it offers convenience no, and benefits for every businesses. Okay, it started from the woodblocks printing now from China until it is developed as movable type of printing no, and later on it becomes press printing no, and rotary press printing. Okay, so for today's lecture, we will continue our discussion by giving you the different methods, the different printing methods. Okay? Now, when we say printing methods, no, it is the particular form of procedure for printing. Okay? And in today's generation, no, because of the series of technological advancements no, and inventions, yeah, because of the technological no, advancement and inventions, there are now many different types or different printing methods no, that are available, and they are continuing to evolve. Okay, na kung saan each methods of printing no, is suited to a different need. Okay? Kasi 'di ba print production is a broad concept, no? Malawak na konsepto yung print production. Okay? Kumbaga madaming purpose or uses no or benefits na naibibigay or nagagawa ang print production. Okay? And what I'm trying to say is that every businesses no who are using the print production can choose a printing method no that will best highlight their products or services. Okay, so the question here no is what are the different types of printing and how do they vary, printing method, and how do they vary from each other. Okay, no, and since printing evolved a lot from the discovery from the manual wood curving na kung saan right now we can choose from a wide range of technologically advanced methods. Okay, so I will present to you no, the most well-known and commonly used printing methods. Okay, yan. Okay, so the first printing method is the digital printing. Okay, siguro naman no, some of you are already familiar what is digital printing. Okay, so the digital printing no, is the reproduction of digital images and on physical surface such as common or photographic paper, film, cloth, plastic, magnets, labels, cardboard, and etc. Okay, and this is often used for posters, signages, labels, and newsletters. Okay, so dito sa digital printing na ito, okay, dito sa digital printing, no, the digital images are reproduced on physical surfaces, no, like for example materials no, that we mentioned. Okay, in printing images or pictures, okay, this method is the best. Okay, na kung saan itong digital printing na ito no, it is a modern method that covers a variety of different techniques, okay, including the inkjet printing no, and laser printing. Okay, I think you're already familiar what is the inkjet no, and the laser printer. Okay, so speaking of inkjet no, and then laser, no, there are three different types of digital printing. Okay, so we have, okay, so these are the three uh, digital printing devices or the three types of digital printing devices. Okay, so we have the inkjet, the laser, and modern press. Okay, the inkjet printer is a reliable and popular machine that is designed to copy an image from a digital device and reproduce it on paper or plastic. Okay, so they work in a very intricate fashion. No, essentially, no, firing hundreds of small ink bullets onto the paper to create your desired image na gusto mong i-print na using this inkjet. Okay, and this inkjet is ideal for printing brightly colored images, no, and text. Okay, so the second one is the laser. Okay, a laser is an illustratic, sorry, electros electrostatic. Yan, nabubulol ako. Itong laser printer na ito, it is an elo, electrostick. Sorry, hindi ko mabigkas ng maayos. No, it is a machine na lang, no, or it is a printer, no, that uses, kasi gumagamit kasi siya ng laser, no, kaya ko siya binibigkas na electrostatic yon, electrostatic machine, no, na gumagamit ng laser to reproduce an image, no, from a digital device. Okay, in which during the process, no, the laser moves back and forth, no, across a trunk situated with the printer, no, or parang a tank inside the machine. Okay, so this create a static electricity, no, which releases toner onto the paper, no, and prints the desired image, no, that you wanted to print using the laser printer. Okay, the last one is the digital press. Okay, so a digital press is essentially a digitalized version of the traditional press. Okay, so they're typically employed, ito yung karaniwang ginagamit ng mga malalaking company or large companies, no, to produce high volume orders. Okay, no, because their quality is exceptional for their commercial purposes, no, and they are more expensive than the standard inkjet printer. Okay, now in which if we are going, no, to compare. Okay, if we are going to compare, no, those types of printer, no, the inkjet and laser printer, no, yung inkjet printer, this is a printer, no, that spray microscopic droplets of ink, no, dun sa paper. No, itong inkjet printers na ito are generally mas mura siya, no, and mas maliit, and can be used to print both text documents and high quality colored images, especially yung mga pictures. Okay? While the laser printer naman, on the other hand, no, this is a type of printer that melt toner powder dun sa paper to create the print, no, or to create the image that we wanted to print. Okay? Itong laser printers are more expensive kaysa doon sa inkjet printers, no, kasi for me, no, mas mahal ang toner cartridges ng laser printer. Okay, pero it is more the laser printer is more economical, is more an economical option, no, in the long run, with its overall lower cost per page. Okay, but both printer are high quality options. Okay, and for those large companies, no, or large businesses that need to produce high volume numbers, high volume numbers for commercial purposes. Okay, this digital press printing device, no, is being used, which is more expensive. So ito yung digital press, yung pangatlong type nung digital printing devices. Ito yung kalimitang ginagamit ng malakihang companies, no, that they need to produce na mas maraming pages. Okay? Now, so going back with our discussion about the digital printing, okay? Sa digital printing, no, the images are sent directly to the printer, no, using digital files, no, such as the PDF. Okay? Na kung saan this will eliminate the need for a printing plate. Na hindi katulad nung ibang printing method na i-discuss natin later na kailangan nila ng printing plate. Now, dito sa digital print, hindi na niya kailangan ng printing plate na tinatawag. Okay? And we can save time and we can save money, no, unless sobrang dami nating ipiprint, no, using the digital printing. Okay? Because this digital printing, no, the first printing method, no, it will allow allows you no for quick turnaround. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating turnaround, hindi ito yung iikot ka patalikod turnaround meaning it is of the action of receiving, processing, no, and processing what you wanted to print. Okay? And because of this, no, it will allow the businesses to print on demand. Okay? Let's say for example, no, for small businesses that offers printing services. Okay? Madaming ganito sa Teresa before, no? No request can be made for as little as one print, no, or kahit na isa lang ang ipiprint mo, they can still cater, no? And if in case naisipan nyo ring magtayo ng printing business, then if you will choose this digital printing, no, it can make a cost effective method, no, that still produces high quality prints, no, na katulad ng other bigger scale options. Okay? Now, and by the way, just to add details for this digital printing, no, a good requirement for a best quality image resolution is 300 dpi. Okay, pag sinabi nating dpi, dpi stands for that's per inches or that's per inch. Okay, so ang best quality image resolution for the digital printing is 300 dpi. Okay, na kung saan if the quality of the image no na ipapaprint mo is lower than or mas mababa ng 300 dpi, no, it can result into a moderate or not a good quality of printing. Okay, so that's for the first printing method, which is the digital printing. Okay. Okay. So next, let's proceed with the second printing method, which is the screen printing. Okay, screen printing is the process of transferring a stencil design into a flat surface using a mesh screen. Okay, often used for printing logos and graphics into clothes, fabric banners, and posters. Okay? So ito namang screen printing na ito, no, this is a printing technique, no, na kung saan gumagamit ng tinatawag na mesh. Okay? MESH, mesh screen. Okay? Um, Itong mesh screen na ito, no, this is a screen na ginagamit no in printing shirts. Okay? So and I will show you an illustration ng mesh screen. Okay? So this is the mesh. Okay? Now, ito yung white material no, na nilalagyan na lang ng frame in which there are two types of mesh no, for screen printing. Okay? So the first one is ito yung gawa sa nylon. Then the second one is gawa from polyester material. Okay? So, itong screen printing na ito is a printing technique na yun nga gumagamit ng mesh, no, either made from nylon or polyester materials, kung saan yun ang ginagamit para i-transfer no, ang isang image or isang detail no, that you wanted to print. Okay? So this mesh no, is stretched out, so it creates a screen no, and yung ink is pressed against it no, in order to successfully print the image. Okay? And itong screen printing na ito no, is popularly used to print graphics no, and to clothes and other pieces of fabric. No? So ito yung kadalasang ito yung printing method na usually ginagamit for the t-shirt printing. Okay? No, but screen printing can also be used for paper and metal. Okay? No, in which no during the screen printing process, no, yung design that you wanted to print is laid on the top of the screen. Okay, na kung saan in order for the design no to be transferred to the material, no meron tayong tinatawag na stencil method. Okay? So I will show you an example of a stencil na tinatawag. Okay? Yan. Okay? So itong stencil na ito, no, this is the design, okay, na ginagamit no, or should I say this serves as the pattern no for the design na ipiprint natin, okay, using the screen printing. Okay? Now yung design na ipiprint, if you are using a paper no, is being cut out. Okay, yung mismong design na gusto nating makita sa ipiprint natin, na yun yung ika-cut out natin. And yung holes or yung butas nung kinat out natin in the stencil no, from the design, ito yung mapiprint on the fabric. Okay? In which if we will be using a plastic naman as stencils, okay, screen printing is using an emulsion na tinatawag. So this is a chemical na ipapahid natin dun sa mesh screen, okay, para yung pattern or the design that we wanted to print is magbabakas doon sa mesh para once na pinahira natin ang print, it will be printed on the shirt. Okay? So I think I have another example here. Ayan. Okay? So kapag sinabi pala nating stencil, no, this is the name. Stencil is the name used for the thin cutouts, no, which are usually made of pwedeng paper, no, pwedeng plastic or metal. Okay? And once the design in the stencil in the mesh no, is laid on the top of the shirt. No, for example, no, the paint or yung pintura no, is now being used for either i-spray mo or iba-brush mo or gagamitan mo ng sponge no, through the holes or yung butas dun sa stencil no, and the design is now being imprinted, okay, on the surface of the fabric. Okay? But normally, no, ang ginagamit is by using the squaggy. I don't know if I pronounce it properly, but ito yung para siyang yung panglinis ng window no, na ipapahid mo dun sa screen. Okay? And no, if you notice, no, there are a lot of setting up na required with screen printing. Okay? So it is used for printing repeat items in maramihan talaga kasi it is not very cost effective no for small numbers. So let's say isa lang ang ipiprint mo. Medyo ang trabaho na kailangan matrabaho yung mga processes. So talagang screen printing is mas maganda siyang gamitin no, for large numbers of let's say t-shirt na kailangan mong i-print. Okay? Pero if you need a lot of the same image kasi kailangan mong gumawa ng stencil mahirap mag-cut out. Okay? Kung maramihang orders no, for the same image or for the same design, it is a highly cost-effective method of printing. Okay? And to give us more idea no, on how this screen printing works. Okay? So let's watch this video.
Cool. See how it came out. There it is. Hi, my name is Tech from the Individualist Lab. I'm going to teach you how to burn a screen. Well, how did I learn? I just Googled it. I started in my garage, so when I was younger, living at my parents' house, I just started to research on how to screen print. The screen is essentially the most important part of screen printing. That's where you transfer your design onto a screen, making it a stencil so you could apply inks and paints onto garments and services, canvases, t-shirts. You can't screen print without a screen. What you'll need, your screen, your silk screen, transparency paper, a sheet of plexiglass, emulsion, a blow dryer, a scoop coater, and we'll also need a headlamp, which we'll bring out later. This all cost combined is about $50 to $60. So we're gonna start with this emulsion, which is very sensitive to light. We're gonna apply it outside of your screen first. You pull up once, let the emulsion come down to your scoop, and then apply it to the back of your screen, and then have your emulsion drip back down to your scoop as well. Then we're gonna scrape it one time. Then it's ready for drying. So right now we're gonna turn off the lights and we're gonna do it for real. All right.
Remember?
So we're gonna start with this emulsion outside of your screen first. Let the emulsion come down to your scoop and then apply it to the back of your screen. Have your emulsion drip back down to your scoop as well. Then we're gonna scrape it one time. Then it's ready for drying. So we applied the emulsion on the screen. Now I'm just gonna clean my scoop coater, put the excess emulsion back into the bucket. If you're coating this and it gets exposed to the light, this is gonna harden and it's just gonna be a big block with no design on it. So you wanna kind of be cautious about where you're applying your emulsion. You wanna be in a place where it's a little dark to do this process. Now we're gonna blow dry this, get it dried. Of course, you can design something on Illustrator, make a vector out of it, and then print it as a negative. Today, we're gonna manually draw on it with a Sharpie. So I'm gonna draw the happy face. Now we have your Chinatown Market design here, and we're gonna expose the screen. So we do need a trusty flood lamp that you could buy at your local Lowe's. With this part, you're gonna need your plexiglass. You can also get this at your local Lowe's. So for this one, I'm gonna have to have the light off again. Once you get your design, it needs to be backwards on the front of the screen so that when you're printing it, it's gonna be the right direction. Then you get your plexiglass and lay it on top just so the weight of the glass can hold down the design. Now typically with a flood lamp like this, I would say leave it under the light for a good 2 minutes and then turn it off and immediately rinse off the design with a hose. 3, 2, 1, go. 2 minutes under the lamp, exposing the dark areas of the design onto the screen. Once it's exposed under 2 minutes, we're gonna bring it outside. We're gonna hose it down and you'll see your stencil come out. Covering it so we can take it outside. Now that we have a burner screen, we're gonna have to wash this outside. Follow me. Here we are at the Chinatown Market. So I'm gonna pull this out and then we're gonna immediately wash it. Now that we're done, let's go back and check it out. So we exposed the screen, blank Chinatown Market t-shirt here, and we have your individualist tools that came from the kit. Those are mixing sticks, printing squeegee, inks, primary colors. We're gonna find a location on a t-shirt where you wanna place your design at. So we're gonna print this design directly in the front. I'm gonna get creative a little bit, put a big yellow circle on here. Okay, now that we have a circle on there, I'm gonna dry it, the blow dryer. Now that we have this yellow circle for the happy face, we're gonna lay this directly on top of it. And then we're gonna apply it with black ink, flood it, outline, get your squeegee, and then apply pressure and pull. All right. See how it came out.
Oh.
Okay, so here's your final shirt, the final outcome. Today I taught you how to buy all the materials to burn a screen, how to burn a screen, how to wash the screen, and how to
Okay, so that is how the screen printing works. Okay, na kung saan we are using the stencils nga no for the design, or no we will use the emulsion for a chemical no para yung pattern of the designs that we wanted to print is magagawa natin on the t-shirt or the fabric. Okay, so after that, after the where's my PPT? Yan. So after the screen printing, okay, um, okay, so after the screen printing, okay, so we have the what we call as the flexography printing. Okay, so flexography printing no is a technique, a printing technique that is used that uses no a flexible printing plate. Sorry, nawala ang aking. Yan. Okay, a printing technique that uses a flexible printing plate. Okay, often used for packaging and labels. anything with continuous patterns, no, like the wallpaper and gift wrap. Okay? So itong in this method of printing naman, no, it uses yung tinatawag natin na na flexible photopolymer printing plates. Okay? Um itong itong flexible photopolymer printing plates, no, are wrapped around in rotating cylinders, or yung tinatawag natin na web press. Okay? This kind of printing naman is usually operated yung using the web presses nga. No? Kapag sinabi nating web presses, hindi siya yung related sa website ha. Na itong tinatawag na web presses na ito, no, it prints on long, no, and continuous rolls of paper. Okay? And it makes use of water-based inks, no, or UV or ultraviolet lights, no, and rubber plates, which na natutuyo agad siya, no, very quickly, no, and that's why it will enable faster production rates, no, na kung saan with the faster drying, no, more effective results can be obtained, no, on materials like the plastic, for example. Okay, so itong flexographic printing, no, is the modern version of letter press printing, no, and it is commonly used for printing on uneven surfaces. Nabibisaya ako, sorry. Okay, um itong flexography, no, is a popular choice for its high press speeds. Okay? And it's suitable for long runs and ability to print on a huge range, no, of media, okay, including plastic cellophane and metallic film. Okay? And to give us more ideas, no, on how this flexography printing works. Okay? So let's watch again another video. Okay.
Dan, a senior CS Label Technology. Label Technology is a flexographic printer of pressure-sensitive labels and flexible packaging for a wide variety of products. I would now like to take this opportunity to show you an overview of how flexographic printing works. Flexographic printing, most often called flexo, is a form of relief printing where ink is applied to a raised image on a flexible plate, then impressed onto a substrate. The use of flexo printing has grown in recent years because of improvements in print quality, the capability to print on many different substrates, and the use of environmentally responsible water-based inks. The printing process begins with the artwork, which is optimized for flexo printing. The next step in the process is to manufacture a flexible printing plate. This process involves exposing a photopolymer plate to UV light, which will build up the image areas. When completed, the image to be printed will be raised above the base level of the plate. Each color to be used in the art will have its own plate and will be mounted to its own plate cylinder on the press. The flexo printing press is composed of a number of stations, which corresponds to how many colors can be printed. Label Technology can print up to 10 colors in one pass. In each station of the press there are 3 rolls: the analox roll, the plate cylinder, and the impression cylinder. The analox roll has a surface made up of tiny cells which carry the ink from a reservoir and place it on the printing plate. The plate cylinder is the roll which the photopolymer plate is mounted to. And finally, the impression roll is what supports the substrate as the ink is transferred from the plate cylinder and impression cylinder to transfer the image. This system of cylinders transfers the ink in each station to the substrate before moving on to the next station with the next color. Each ink transfer must line up exactly in order to print a good quality image. The ink used in flexo printing is fast drying, so the ink dries as the material web moves through each station. Our water-based process inks were developed exclusively for Label Technology and offer excellent film adhesion, bond strength, and adhesive smear resistance. Ink blending is fully automated for the highest degree of accuracy run after run. We perform pre- and post-run drawdowns to ensure color standards are approved and then reproducible. For production efficiency, the web width will be maximized through the printing process before going to a secondary process to slit the web to the width required for the type of packaging equipment utilized. One of the more interesting facets of flexo printing is the ability to reverse print artwork. A mirror image is printed on what would be considered the back side of the film. Once printed, the printed film is laminated to a base material and the ink is buried between the layers of film. This method protects the ink from scuffing and keeps it from coming into contact with any of the packaged product. At Label Technology, we have been flexo printing labels and flexible packaging since 1986 and today operate 9
Okay, so that is how the flexography printing works. Okay, no, and I guess before we proceed no with the next printing method, we need to end muna kasi may time limit tayo. And balik ulit tayo using the same link. Okay? Balik agad tayo using the same link.